Brady got him in the house, huh? At least he got him on the payroll, too, with that hat on. Aqib Talib is back with us, but Acho. Do the Bucs need Antonio Brown? What the hell Brady doing?
AB, blink twice if you need some help.
Get out. Get out that house.
I'm done with y'all, man. The Bucs absolutely need Antonio Brown to answer the question.
Whoa.
A couple weeks ago, Aqib, they said Antonio Brown is like insurance, right? He's not a necessity, but he's like insurance. Then I thought about it. You was right, Marcellus, when you said that, because it's illegal to drive a car without insurance, and it should be illegal for this Bucs offense to try to function without AB being the insurance.
I like that.
When I look at it, I say, man, the Bucs looked mighty vulnerable against the Giants when they didn't have Chris Godwin. Mind you, they've only had Chris Godwin and Mike Evans on the field together for 4 times this season. I listen when players talk, because players will give you some insight if you listen closely enough. At the end of the game, Monday night, Mike Evans, he's talking to the Lisa Salters postgame, and he says, I'm glad we're getting AB so they can take the double-team coverage off of me. It seems like it's not easy to beat the Bucs, but it's plausible if you don't beat Tom Brady, you beat everybody else. That's what head coach of the Giants, Joe Judge, said. Don't beat Tom Brady. He's the greatest of all time. Let's just defeat all his weapons. You can defeat Scotty Miller, 6th-round pick from Bowling Green. You can defeat Rob Gronkowski. He came out of retirement. Not sure if that was the wisest decision just yet. You can defeat those dudes right now. Mike Evans, you can defeat him with the double team. But if you get AB, all of a sudden, Mike Evans, he's not going to get double-teamed, and now the Bucs have a better chance. I do think the Bucs actually and desperately need AB, because after watching that Giants game, a terrible Giants offense, which was 1-2 yards away from taking the Bucs into overtime, I realized, hey, the Bucs need AB.
Hey, I agree, Sam. I agree. If you just look,
I know this is the other brother that didn't really play. This is him. That's him.
We sit here at the set.
People. Hey, they call me my brother name all the time,
okay.
and I'm the popular one.
No, they call you Aqib.
That's on me.
They call you Aqib.
That's on me. But check this out. If you just watch the game and you just look at the mannerisms of Mike Evans, he almost not happy right now. If they would have had a losing record, he probably would have been unspoke up and said something. Because he scored a touchdown. There's no celebrating. It's nothing, really. He don't like the 2 catches for 14 yards and a touchdown. He don't really like those numbers. But the savior is coming in. AB is here. The safety going to have to pick his poison, man. You have to stay in the middle, which Tom Brady will love. Or if you lean to this hash, he's going to work this side. If you lean to this hash, he's going to work the other side, man. So I think AB savior for Mike Evans, man. Mike Evans would be the happiest Buccaneer in Tampa now that AB is in town.
Man, they don't need AB, but what a gift it is if he's on this roster. But no, they could have still accomplished their goals without AB. Don't forget that the GOAT joined the most dynamic wide receiver duo in the NFL, most prolific by the numbers last year, this year by becoming a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. The GOAT meets the best duo at wide receiver. So all of a sudden, now we look at AB and we look at him like, do you need him? Do you not need him? Look, we're never going to shy away from more talent on any roster. But to say that AB is the reason why this team is, 6-2? No, he's not the reason. And the reason why they're a contender or maybe the favorite to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? No, that's not because of AB. So they don't need him in that respect. And for Acho to go out there and once again carve up some numbers, have some omission facts, let's talk about that same Mike Evans. And Aqib even went there. He doesn't look like he's happy. Doesn't look like he likes all these double teams. What double team? He has 7 touchdowns this year, tied for the most in the NFL, the same he had at the same point last year, despite injuries this year, despite learning a new quarterback this year. So Mike Evans is not even letting you guys know in body language that he's unhappy. Maybe he wants more. Look, he has the ego of a great athlete, which is, I'm never satisfied, but I don't see this as a situation where AB was brought in necessity. But anytime you could bring in that supreme of a talent, AB, who we know is a first ballot future Hall of Famer unless off the field issues get in the way of that, but still a surefire Hall of Famer onto a roster that already had dynamic prowess at the receiver position, now added with the GOAT. This team was ready-made and already on course to becoming what it's going to be. It's just going to get there faster now with AB.
Here's your problem, Sel. How can the Bucs be the best team in the league, be the best team in the NFC, if they're not the best team in their division?
Go.
The Saints are still the best team in the division. Last I checked.
Who's winning the division?
Last time, 5-2, 6-2.
Who's winning the division?
Who has the head-to-head? 5-2, 6-2.
They got the head-to-head, but they got the same wins.
Ended right now.
Do they have the same amount of wins?
Who got the head-to-head? Exactly.
Who got the same amount of wins?
Exactly. Who has the better winning percentage? I'm done talking to you. Thank you. If the Saints are the better team in their own division, don't talk to me about the Bucs just yet. You got to fix your face before you start talking about these Buccaneers, because the Bucs haven't even beat the Saints just yet. You talk about Mike Evans, and we got to talk about Mike Evans because the team goes as he goes.
Beast.
The Saints have a Mike Evans stopper in Marshawn Lattimore. When Marshawn lines up against Mike Evans, disappears. Amber alert. Has anybody seen Mike Evans? Please
Boy, stop.
Mike Evans.
That's a great
Marshawn.
point.
Look at it. 6.5 targets a game compared to 9. 3 receptions a game when he got Marshawn on him compared to 5. Catch percentage goes down. Only 50 yards a game. Why do I say that, Marcellus?
I don't know why.
I say it because in the Saints win over the Bucs week 1, Mike Evans had 1 reception.
New quarterback.
2
Exactly.
yards.
New quarterback alert.
In the losses and close wins, Mike Evans, he goes away and he disappears. You lose to the Bucs. You lose to the Bears. Mike Evans, 41 yards. You barely beat the Giants. Mike Evans, 55 yards. A.B. coming allows Mike Evans to thrive. The Bucs don't necessarily go as Tom Brady goes. They go as Mike Evans goes.
They definitely go as Mike Evans go. And just being a DB, if I was coming into the game and I was going against Mike Evans and Godwin, that's, I'm cool with that. I'm straight. I like our chances. I cover Mike, whoever else that covered Godwin. But when you coming into that game and you got Mike, you got Godwin, and you got AB now your DB coach is going to have he's going to have a lot of trouble that week, just preparing. How are we going to guard these guys? Are we going to play man? You almost got to change. You can't play man against those guys. It's impossible. So going into that game, it makes it easier for Tom. So, just bringing one person, adding one person to the equation, man, he cleans it up for everybody, man. If you look at the weapons, look at the Super Bowl champ from last year. They had weapons everywhere, and that's the new NFL. It's turning into spread the ball out, a bunch of passes, weapons everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And Tampa is catching up right now, man. I think they can do something with AB. I think they do need him, because without him, you double Evans and you make Godwin beat you. And that can be done. But you can't double. You could double AB. You could double Evans. Now you got Gronk and Godwin. You just can't double everybody. And Tom Brady is the quarterback, man. So I feel like that was the one missing piece to the equation, and they're going to be close to unstoppable at this point.
Yeah, it's an abundance of riches. Look, every team has a different level in terms of their room for error. And now you just increased it where they're going to have more room for error because of all of those weapons. You can't cover them all. But we're not going to go up here and have some Mike Evans blasphemy going on, especially by you, Acho. We're not going to talk about the Saints like they're unbeatable, the same Saints team that lost to the Raiders and to the Packers. We saw that. Last 4 wins by only 15 points. We're not going to talk about Mike Evans. Oh, he disappears in the games. Where was he in week 1? Well, where was Michael Thomas in week 1? He was out there. 3 catches, 17 yards. What continuity with him and Drew Brees coming off to that tremendous season last year? So it happens. Where was Emmanuel Sanders, who had no continuity? Kind of like Mike Evans and Tom Brady. Hey, we're going to learn this situation on the fly in game 1. 3 catches for 15 yards. So, look, Kamara got shut down in that game. Drew Brees got shut down in that game. It is a total team unit that's going to be out there when you talk about the Tampa Bay Bucs, and we know how strong their defense is. That said, AB coming to this team, it's just going to be too much for teams to handle.